The crucifixion of Jesus is one of the most significant and iconic milestones in the history of Christianity. Below is a summary of this event. After the Last Supper with his disciples, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray. There, he was betrayed by Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, who used a kiss to identify him to the soldiers coming to arrest him. He was then brought before the high priest and subsequently before the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. Although Pilate found no crime worthy of the death penalty, he yielded under pressure from the crowd, who were clamoring for him to be crucified. Before being crucified, Jesus endured horrific humiliation. Scourging, he was brutally whipped by Roman soldiers. Mockery, they dressed him in a purple robe, placed a crown of thorns on his head, and mocked him as the King of the Jews. Carrying the cross, he was forced to carry the heavy cross on foot to Golgotha, the place of the skull, on the outskirts of Jerusalem. At Golgotha, Jesus was crucified between two criminals. The event was marked by extreme physical and spiritual agony. Despite this, he demonstrated immense compassion by praying for those executing him. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." After about 6 hours on the cross, Jesus breathed his last. The Bible records that at that moment, darkness covered the whole land, and the veil of the temple was torn in two, symbolizing that the separation between humanity and God had been removed through his death. The crucifixion of Jesus was not only a religious matter, but also a complex political maneuver at the time. Pressure from Jewish leadership. The religious leaders of the era viewed Jesus as a direct threat to the social order and their own authority, as he frequently criticized their hypocrisy and reinterpreted the ancient laws. The role of Rome, Governor Pilate, despite knowing that Jesus was innocent, approved the death sentence to avoid a potential riot. He needed to maintain stability in this volatile territory for the Roman Empire. The path that Jesus walked from the place of sentencing to the Hill of the Skull, Golgotha, contains many moving details. Exhaustion. After a long night of torture and sleep deprivation, Jesus was so weak that he could not carry his own cross. The soldiers forced a man named Simon of Cyrene to carry it for him for a portion of the way. Compassion. Along the way, despite being escorted by soldiers, he still stopped to comfort the women of Jerusalem who were weeping for him. In Christian theology, the death of Jesus is not viewed as a defeat, but as a voluntary act to fulfill the purpose of redemption. Atonement. He died in place of humanity's sins, bearing the punishment that mankind deserved. Love. This is considered the ultimate evidence of God's love for humanity. Reconciliation. His death is believed to have opened the way for humanity to be reconciled and to return to God. This event concludes with his body being placed in a stone tomb, leading to the glorious resurrection 3 days later, the core hope of the Christian faith.